Jason Steyer here with Jason Steyer Veteran Advocate. And today is January 31st, 2018, and this is this week's edition of the Hump Day News. Happy to be back with you again this week. Got a couple things to get to, so let's get right to it. I have a new man crush on Mick Mulvaney, who is the acting director of the CFPB. I know that sounds weird, but compared to what we did have in Richard Cordray, Mick Mulvaney is a take-no-shit kind of guy. If you've watched any of his interviews with the press or on the nightly news, he is very concise and very direct about what he wants to do with the CFPB. And I'm going to read you an excerpt from one of his, he wrote a 1,118-word mission statement, a little excessive maybe, but in that mission statement, he says that he outlined a vision for the agency that enforces financial regulations and consumer protections with humility and prudence. Key words. And will no longer push the envelope when it comes to jurisdiction and scope. As those of us in our industry, in the mortgage industry, in the real estate industry, and some of the other areas that the CFPB covers, they, under Richard Cordray, he would rather tie your ass up in court for the next 20 years and bankrupt you and put people out of jobs than to maybe act with a little bit of common sense. And of course, the former director, Mr. Cordray, who is now running for governor, had some not so glowing words about Mr. Mulvaney and his direction of the CFPB. Shocker there. So, follow that. If you got questions, comments about that, post them below. We'll be happy to have an intelligent discussion about those. But item number 2 is, everybody had probably seen in the news this week the words that came out of the mouth of a radio host in the New England area on WEEI in Boston, Mr. Reimer, about Tom Brady's daughter. Tom Brady's had a docuseries on Facebook, and his daughter is on there with him, obviously, and this particular person, Mr. Reimer, had made a comment about Tom's daughter and referred to her as a pissant, quote unquote. And Tom, being the GOAT that he is on and off the field, responded with this. It was very disappointing to hear that. My daughter or any other child does not deserve that. Then Tom just concluded the interview. They have a contract with the New England Patriots, which they just renewed. And they're talking to the greatest quarterback of all time, and just a fantastic human being. And they refer to his daughter, this guy refers to his daughter as a pissant. Tom obviously handled it with grace, and I, as a father, can appreciate that because he teaches me lessons in handling things that way. Because from a personal standpoint, if someone talked about my kids that way, I probably wouldn't, my first reaction would probably not to be nice. There's no telling what Tom said behind closed doors, but in the public eye, Tom handles himself with grace. Okay, we all know about the Deflategate and all this other crap, but this is about his kids. This is personal, okay? And maybe we in the South would maybe institute a little redneck justice. Who knows? But I can assure you of this, that my kids, anybody's kids, are off limits for public comment. I can call my kids psychopath, crazy people, whatever I want to refer to them as, because they're my kids. But you or anybody else cannot. So 2 lessons here. Don't talk about other people's kids, especially to Tom Brady. Okay? And the other lesson is that Tom has taught us again, not only does he have championship skills and leadership skills, but he handles situations where a lot of us would probably fly off the handle with grace and, with humility, and, he handled it very well. So I applaud Tom for that. So that is all I have for today. Please like, share, and comment with anybody that it might help. If you guys have any questions for me, reach out to me on the web, Facebook Messenger, call or text. Everybody have a great week. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Go Pats. We'll talk to you soon.